Hi, Supermoms. It's Tori Henderson. If you are feeling overwhelmed at the end of the year because there's so much to do, I want to talk to you for a second because there are things that we do that make it easier and more manageable, and there are things that we do that make it a little harder. And what I'm hearing a lot of these days are people making life a little bit harder for them because the circumstance is it's the end of the school year, and there is a lot of things to remember. You got permission slips, and you got to bring watermelon to the class picnic, and pictures of so and so for the slideshow, and graduations and presents, and it's a lot. So what I'm hearing is the thoughts that a lot of moms are having are, I have a million things to do. I'm so busy. Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. How am I going to do all this, right? And what happens is when we think those thoughts, there's a physical reaction in the body. We tense up. We are going to run a race. We feel overwhelmed. We feel frenetic, frenzy. We move from thing to thing super fast. We kind of get this racing brain and put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And we think that this is the way to get a lot accomplished, but really very often we start forgetting things because we're in this mode for such long days and so many days in a row. So it's not like just, an hour and then we're good. It's really kind of a continual thing. So you want to really take a look at how helpful your thoughts are as you hear yourself say, I'm so busy, I'm so overwhelmed, I have so much to do. Notice how your body is reacting to that. And when we get overwhelmed, a lot of us run around and get things accomplished, but a lot of times it's so overwhelming that we find ourselves on Facebook, scrolling through the feed, overeating, watching TV, all of our little ways we distract ourselves from the fact that we are feeling overwhelmed. And so we end up as a crazy, stressed out end of the year mama. So where we get to intervene is here in the thought. Because I have a million things to do is not a very helpful thought, but it's also not even true. Does anybody actually have a million things to do? So what if we just change this one word and we said, I have 3 things to do. Now, I know you're going to argue with me and you're going to say, Tori, I have more than 3 things to do. But right now, in this moment, you can only hold about 3 things in your brain. So think about, I have 3 things to do right now. And then accomplish those 3 things. And then you can move to the next 3. But our brains can't hold 20 different things in our head. And you probably don't even have 20. Really on a daily basis. You might have 5 things you need to do, or maybe 8. But our brains get overwhelmed really easily. So saying I have 3 things to do gives you a sense of clarity, a sense of purpose, and it helps you take effective action. And then when you've accomplished those 3 things, it also helps you prioritize, then you can move on to the next 3. But try not to hold too much in your head at a time, and take the pressure off yourself by giving yourself permission ahead of time to be human and forget things. Because as much as we would like to be perfect and remember all the details and make sure that every teacher gets the handwritten thank you note and the gift and the niece gets her graduation present, it's normal to be human and forget things sometimes. So give yourself permission to send a present later and take off the pressure from yourself, because it's going to be summer soon and you can do it. So find thoughts that are helpful. I'm so busy is not very helpful, but I totally got this. I was made for days like this. I've got 5 things to do. Those are all very helpful thoughts. So really pay attention and make this time of your life a little bit easier. Thanks so much for listening. You have a great day and a great end of the year. I'm Tori Henderson with lifecoachingforparents.com.